Hello everybody, we got Roger Öjersson with us. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Great
to
to
meet
see you
you
here. You became a part of Blindead 23, which is a great thing. And I know that the story is a little bit longer. Before you joined them, you know Mateusz. For how long have you been knowing him?
Well, it started out with him working as my guitar tech when I was playing with a band called Katatonia. And then he worked for a amplifier company that I got an endorsement deal with. And that's how we met. He was demoing those amps in a studio where we consequently recorded the album as well in Stockholm. And we started speaking and became friends. And one day I wanted to hear what he was doing like otherwise. Because I had this picture of him, having heard him speak to other friends and stuff, that he was, you know, a total metalhead, only into like black metal and death metal. Then he played songs from the Absence album when he was driving me home in his car. And I was, that's right up my alley. That's, where we got to know each other. And then we started talking about, you know, perhaps doing something. I started sending song ideas back and forth, and the idea was born kind of there to do something. And then he involved Patrick, and somewhere along the way the idea was born that why not revive old Blindead, because we're kind of moving in the same area music-wise. And the first time the actual whole band met was in the studio when recording the album. And we all hit it off. So luckily we all became good friends, and the whole process was very organic and simple. Some
bands never met even in the studio. They record separate, so at least you have a chance to meet them in the studio. But did you, when you started talking about, you know, playing with Blindead 23, were you still a member of Katatonia at that point?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So did you have to choose between them? Or?
No, not really. Simple choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, how different is working with Blindead than with Katatonia?
Well, Katatonia became something else when one of the founding members left the band. It became like, we were more or less rented guns for a solo project, whereas this was like a complete creative release where a democracy, a true democracy. Everybody has the same say-so about everything, and everybody contributes their thing to the mix, and everybody comes from very different backgrounds as well, musically, which boils down to this really interesting thing in the end.
And your contribution was pretty big, not only musically but also lyrically.
Oh yeah, I wrote a lot of the lyrics in lieu with Patrick as well. He has given me a lot of ideas, and we've been, you know, what do you call that in English? You know, you
interchange
ideas back and forth, you know, and for me, it's usually, I have like dry spells, and then I have times where it just flows, you know. Luckily, this was one of those times where it just flowed. It was like so simple, such an easy process. Some songs were like, okay, ideas, let's write something, and an hour later you're standing in the vocal booth doing takes. But we had an idea, a theme and a story, so that helps. You know, if you know what you want to say, just tell the story.
The story is very important because it's based on Mateusz's experiences and his struggles. And I wonder, you know, how did you feel, you know, diving in this story, like having know him like for a couple of years only? So was it easy for you, or was it?
It's a very relatable story.
Okay.
I've been there too. So it's very much the same. I've gone through very much the same things, like so.
to have a chance to put also your perspective, your story
Yeah.
into the lyrics.
So it's a mix, like, it came natural because, it was so relatable, the whole story.
What kind of experience was for you working with Davida Castillo on this project?
Oh, he had so much input and was such a good producer. Like, many ideas came from him. What if you do this? Oh, all right. And then we try something and then that led to something that you hear on the album. He was fantastic producer. And the way he makes sounds as well, especially for a guitar player. When you come into his studio, it's like you're a kid in a candy store. All the old, like, 60s, 70s pedals that you dreamed of as a kid is just shelves of them. And I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one, and that old Benson delay or whatever. It's like, wow. And you get to play through all of these great gear. So pretty much plays itself.
I heard his studio is amazing, and his experience is also amazing, so I guess it helps a lot.
Yeah. And I knew him from before with Katatonia. We did a live album during the pandemic in that studio as well. And he's called me in to do some studio work at times as well. So, really nice dude and so easy to work with. Fantastic with ideas and everything. Such an ear.
Now, when you joined Blindead 23 full-time, do you think of moving to Poland, maybe permanently? No such plan. I got family and everything in Stockholm, so I'm planted there. I originally come from the west coast, like about 8 miles south of Gothenburg on the west coast, a little town called Varberg. But moved up to Stockholm, started to play with a band there when I was 17, and then that was it. Out touring, releasing albums with different bands, and that's where it all started. But you found your home in Stockholm.
Yeah, I felt more at home at once. I never felt at home in my hometown. So a lot of musical friends as well in Stockholm.
Absolutely. My friend just moved to Stockholm, and she's from Croatia originally. She lived in Warsaw for a couple of years, but she, like this March, moved to Stockholm, and she's very happy. Yeah,
it's a beautiful city as well.
Only if you like cold. I mean, if you don't like too cold, then maybe.
They usually say that the Swedish summer is the best day of the year.
Absolutely. But you have a chance to spend some time on tour also with Blindead. So you'll be moving. You'll be playing in Poland this autumn. Then there are plans to play somewhere also in Europe. So I guess you will have a lot of chance to experience, to play this music live.
Yeah, so far I've only been on one real big gig with these guys.
So it's still a new thing for you?
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's been brewing for such a long time since, from the beginning of the process, the artistical process of writing everything and recording the album. It's been a couple of years, but
do you have already ideas?
It still feels fresh.
For the new album? Do you have ideas for the new album?
Oh yeah, it's brewing.
Absolutely. Roger, thank you very much for the interview. It's been great talking to you. Wish you good luck with Blindead and hope you have fun tonight, having this party.
Cheers, man.
Thank you very much. Bye.